Students arrive at Nancy Reagan High School. Among the brightly colored, bubbly pupils is Wednesday, clad in her black clothes and stoic demeanor. As she opens Pugsley's locker, Wednesday finds him tied like a pig with apple and all. Wednesday unties the ropes, and she gets a vision of what they did to him, prompting her to leave and deal with the problem. Wednesday finds the bullies in the school swimming pool. She releases piranhas and watches in delight as the boys get attacked. Soon, Wednesday's parents take her to Nevermore, the school where they first met and fell in love. However, Wednesday seems quite unhappy about this, so Morticia shows everyone will understand her there. Also, Morticia tells her the bullies' families almost charged Wednesday with attempted slaughter. Arriving at Nevermore, Larissa, the school principal and Morticia's former roommate, greets them. Although it's already in the middle of the school term, Larissa makes an exception. She accepts Wednesday because her grades are perfect, and the Adams have a long history with the school. Morticia informs the principal that Wednesday is compelled by the court to attend therapy sessions. Larissa acknowledges this and claims Wednesday can meet with a licensed therapist twice a week. Later, Larissa brings Wednesday along to meet her new roommate, Enid Sinclair, in Ophelia Hall, her mother's old dorm. Enid is a lively young lady who is enthusiastic about meeting Wednesday to show her around the school. However, Wednesday doesn't intend to stay at the school for very long, so she's not particularly interested in learning more about the area, not really keenly aware of boundaries. Enid brings up Wednesday's shenanigans with her previous school. Without missing a beat, Wednesday confirms this with a straight face. Enid continues to show Wednesday around the school and tell her about the 4 existing groups: the Fangs or the Vampires, Furs or Werewolves where Enid belongs, Stones and Scales. Suddenly, Ajax arrives and warns Enid about her new roommate. Enid reveals Wednesday is actually with her, quickly silencing Ajax. Sensing the awkwardness, Enid pushes Ajax away and tells Wednesday he's not too bad. Later, the family says their goodbyes before leaving Wednesday. Morticia warns her not to escape the school. Wednesday pledges to quit the educational prison they have enrolled her in since she thinks her mother underestimates her power. Frustrated with her behavior, Morticia tells Wednesday she's a brilliant girl, but sometimes she's too smart for her own good. Before leaving, Morticia gifts her a pendant made of obsidian and a crystal ball to contact her. Meanwhile, Gomez Adams, the family patriarch, gifts Wednesday a hand to covertly guard her. Later, a sheriff and his deputy find human remains in the nearby woods. The deputy claims that a week prior, there had been 2 incidents already similar to this. The sheriff tells her to issue a warning to keep hikers away from the woods and says the victims were attacked by a bear. However, secretly, he believes Nevermore has something to do with this. But without evidence, he'll continue the facade. Meanwhile, Wednesday struggles to adjust to school life. The following morning, Wednesday notices Bianca beating up Rowan in fencing, so she challenges her in a match. When the score becomes even, Wednesday initiates a challenge they fight without the masks, and whoever draws first blood wins. Bianca takes the challenge and beats Wednesday, slicing her near the eyebrow. Later, the nurse treats her and puts a bandage on her wound. Rowan introduces himself and tells Wednesday he never thought he could be an outcast in a school full of outcasts. However, he asserts Wednesday might just give him a run for his money. He says sorry about Wednesday's injury. Wednesday quickly brushes this aside and leaves. As she heads out, a gargoyle deliberately pushed out almost falls on her. Thankfully, Xavier pushes her out of the way, knocking her unconscious. Upon waking up, Xavier reveals she saved his life when they were 10, and he's just returning the favor. Later, Wednesday discovers the present her father left her. She confronts Thing, sent by her parents to spy on her, scaring Thing into submission. Wednesday enlists it as her personal assistant with their first order of business escaping Nevermore. Later, Larissa drives Wednesday to her therapy appointment because she wants to watch over her. While the appointment is still going on, Wednesday requests to use the restroom. However, this was merely an excuse. She leaves the restroom through the window and walks across the street. She heads to the closest cafe to ask for directions out of town. Suddenly, Wednesday runs into a man and gets a vision of his horrible death. However, the man is rude, so Wednesday decides he's not worth saving. Heading inside the cafe, Wednesday meets Tyler, a normie, and negotiates a deal with him. She agrees to fix his coffee machine while he hails a taxi for her. However, there are no taxis in Jericho, so he offers to drive her instead, but she has to wait for an hour. Wednesday tries to bribe him but fails. With no other option, Wednesday sits at a booth and waits for Tyler. While waiting, 3 boys enter the cafe and try to bully her. As the situation escalates, Wednesday wipes the floor with them just as the sheriff arrives. Seeing the commotion, he's startled that Wednesday can fight 3 boys and asks his son, Tyler, if he helped. Tyler insists he wasn't involved. Suddenly, Larissa arrives, apologizes to the sheriff, and takes Wednesday away. Sheriff recognizes Wednesday's surname and warns her about her father. He insists he belongs in jail for slaughter and tells Wednesday he'll keep an eye on her. Larissa quickly takes Wednesday away from the cafe. In the car, Larissa warns Wednesday to stop making enemies and start making friends. They come across the rude driver earlier, and Larissa is shocked that Wednesday knows he broke his neck in the crash. Soon, Wednesday and Enid become closer. Wednesday asks Enid if she can use her computer as a favor. She sends Thing to Tyler with instructions on how to call her, recruiting him to help her escape during the Harvest Festival. Meanwhile, Larissa keeps a close eye on the little gothic troublemaker. As scheduled, Tyler comes up at the festival and hands Gomez police report. Suddenly, the 3 boys she beat up arrive and approach them, ready for revenge. Tyler believes it would be best to escape and lose the 3 boys in the crowd. They begin to flee from them, but as Wednesday runs across the place, she bumps into Rowan. Suddenly, she sees a vision of him in danger. Tyler tries to pull her aside, but Wednesday hesitates and runs after a freaked-out Rowan. Meanwhile, Xavier concerningly watches the commotion. She reaches Rowan and warns him, but using his powers, he pins Wednesday against a tree. He confesses to dropping the gargoyle to kill her, acting according to a prophecy his mother drew 25 years ago. Rowan claims he's saving everyone from danger by killing Wednesday. Suddenly, a large creature attacks Rowan, killing him. Wednesday looks at the picture and takes it home. Later, Wednesday's parents inquire about her situation through the contact ball. Wednesday tells them she's going to love her stay at Nevermore. Soon, police officers led by the sheriff scour the wooded area for Rowan's body, but to no avail. He doesn't believe Wednesday's statement that a monster attacked him, thinking it was another student from Nevermore. Unhappy with the sheriff's accuser tie-ins, Larissa suggests Rowan must have run away. She wishes the sheriff would leave after hearing Wednesday's account, but Wednesday requests to speak privately with the sheriff. In the end, Larissa consents to their private conversation on the condition that nothing Wednesday says will be recorded. Wednesday informs the sheriff that she believes Rowan's death is being covered up. As they converse, an officer suddenly interrupts and enters with Rowan, revealing he is alive, much to everyone's surprise. Later, Wednesday is in her therapy session. The therapist asks her why she lied about Rowan's death, but Wednesday insists she watched him get slaughtered by a beast. Frustrated that nobody believes her, Wednesday becomes closed in. Despite the therapist's best efforts, Wednesday resists opening up or losing the argument. After the session, Wednesday runs into Tyler, who is startled that she is legally obligated to attend therapy. Wednesday tells Tyler that nobody believes her about last night's incident. However, as Tyler leaves after seeing a message from his phone, he tells her he believes the story. When she returns to school again, Enid welcomes her for staying in Nevermore. Wednesday informs Enid that she stayed to beat Rowan at his own game. She asks Enid what Rowan is saying about the circumstance. Still, she cannot answer and advises Wednesday to speak with Xavier, Rowan's roommate, because she's too busy with the Poe Cup competition. Enid tells Wednesday that being the gossip queen in Nevermore will take a backseat for a while. Later, Wednesday tries to speak with Rowan but is told by Larissa that he has been expelled for confidential reasons. Larissa also tells her she knows about Wednesday's psychic powers based on her mother's history of having the same experience. Nevertheless, Larissa tells Wednesday to select an extracurricular activity before the day ends because it is mandatory. Wednesday instructs Thing to keep an eye on Rowan, as she's restricted from moving, thanks to Larissa. Afterward, Wednesday meets Bianca, the first person she spotted in the woods after the attack. According to Bianca, she immediately went to Larissa instead of the normie cops after the incident. Later, Wednesday questions Xavier about Rowan when they subsequently cross paths at the archery club. According to Xavier, Rowan has been anxious for the past few weeks. He shifts the conversation and asks why she hangs out with Tyler. Wednesday tells him Tyler was just doing her a favor. Xavier then tells her to avoid Tyler and his friends because they are bad people. Soon, Wednesday asks Rowan about the sketch before he leaves, but he claims he doesn't remember anything. As he is driven away by a teacher, the Thing secretly follows him. At the station, Rowan transforms from a student to an elderly man. Unfortunately, Thing gets distracted and misses this. Later, the old man changes into Larissa. Wednesday is disappointed at Thing's blunder. Later, during class on carnivorous plants, Wednesday and Bianca engage in a knowledge fight. Meanwhile, Tyler and his dad are growing apart. The sheriff thinks Tyler is bad-mouthing him to his therapist and is eager to know their discussions. However, Tyler tells him they are only talking about his mom. He leaves and lets him know he won't be home for dinner. Later, Wednesday asks Enid to be a lookout while she returns to the woods. Enid suggests Wednesday should apologize to Thing first for snapping at him, and maybe she'll consider helping her. Wednesday apologizes to Thing and tells him she's afraid of fulfilling the prophecy and triggering an apocalypse. Enid decides to help her by impersonating her in a beekeeping club outing. Back in the woods, Tyler helps Wednesday to find evidence of Rowan's death. Finding Rowan's glasses, Wednesday gets a vision of the day the gargoyle almost fell on her. She spots a book where Rowan got the drawing from. In trying to find the book, Wednesday learns from Miss Thornhill that it belonged to an old club called the Nightshades, which had long been disbanded. Later, Miss Thornhill tells Wednesday she's impressed with her carnivorous plant knowledge. She then tells Wednesday she's also struggling to fit in with the other teachers. She offers some advice to Wednesday and tells her she'll be there for her if she needs someone to speak to. In the evening, Wednesday sneaks into Xavier and Rowan's bedroom, searching for the book. She finds a mask and plans on leaving, but Xavier arrives, prompting Wednesday to hide under the bed. Suddenly, Bianca arrives to visit Xavier. Wednesday overhears everything, including Xavier expressing his concern over Wednesday's safety. Bianca reveals she intends to humiliate Enid in the tournament by sabotaging the event, leaving Enid without a co-pilot. Angry at her attempt at cheating, Wednesday vows to assist Enid in taking down Bianca. The following day, Wednesday and Enid become team members in the competition. Since there are no regulations, everything is fair game, and Bianca is taking advantage of this. Wednesday sees a different vision during the competition. She sees a reflection of herself, telling her she is the key. Bianca uses everything to gain the upper hand. She enlists the help of a siren to push away Wednesday's boat. However, Thing intervenes, torpedoes through the water, and smacks the siren unconscious. Wednesday then uses Bianca's underhanded techniques against her, sinking her boat, eventually reaching the dock before Bianca's team. Enid and Wednesday celebrate their win. Thing dries itself along the dock. Bianca arrives and is obviously frustrated, but Wednesday just looks at her in delight. Larissa awards Enid's team for winning the Poe Cup tournament. Enid is ecstatic, but Wednesday, slightly annoyed by the crowd, leaves and sits by a statue. Wednesday sees a clue but gets interrupted by Enid, forcing her out to celebrate with them. Larissa claims she's happy to see Wednesday finally fitting in like her mother. However, Wednesday asserts they are very different. In response, Larissa reveals that Wednesday's mother was the captain and she was the co-pilot, similar to Wednesday's situation. Later, Wednesday heads back to the statue and finds the book Rowan got the drawing from in a covered library inside the school. However, before Wednesday can leave the room, somebody captures her. Would you like us to cover more episodes? Let us know in the comments below.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications and leave a like. It really helps the channel.